Quick demo of this video tutorial. In this video, we will create normal HTML dropdown and multi-select dropdown using MVC and SQL Server table. And then we will convert this normal dropdown into a searchable dropdown. Finally, we will convert multi-select dropdown into a chosen multi-select dropdown. I am sure you will find this tutorial helpful for your upcoming projects, so please watch till the end of this tutorial. What's up YouTube? Welcome to .NET Mob. In this video, we will discuss how to implement searchable dropdown and multi-select dropdown in ASP.NET MVC using chosen plugin. We will cover all of the things like inserting selected item into SQL Server table and showing back the selected item into a form. Before starting this video tutorial, I would like to ask you a favor. If you found this video helpful, please thumbs up this video, and for more awesome videos like this, please be subscribed to this channel .NET Mob. Without further ado, let's get started. We have to create a small MVC application. For that, click on New Project here. Select Web under Visual C#, then select ASP.NET Web Application. Then name your application here. I will name it as Chosen in MVC. Then select the location where you want to save this application and click on OK. Select MVC template, keep other options as it is, click on OK. So here we have our brand new ASP.NET MVC application. Now I am going to delete unwanted controllers and related views and model classes. For that, let me expand controllers here, then selecting account and home controller, right click, then delete, click on OK. Do the same for model and views folder. Now we can add chosen plugin into this application. For that, I have Googled chosen plugin here. Then go to this page, harvest.github.io/chosen. I have given this link in video description. Click on this link. Then click on downloads. Then download the latest version zip file. So my download is completed. Now we want to extract this file. So here is the extracted file. Now we can add this JavaScript and CSS file into the application. For that, first of all, I will add a folder into this content folder. Right click, then add new folder. I will name this folder as chosen. Now right click on it, then add existing item. And we want to select the file from my desktop. So I'm going to add this CSS file here, chosen min.css, and this png file also. Now click on add. So here we have added these two files here. Now you want to add the script file. Right click on the script folder, then add existing item. Then I will select this one, chosen.jquery.min.js. Click on add. So here we have added CSS and JavaScript file. Now we want to add these files reference in the default layout page. So I will open my layout page here. So this is the layout page. Now we want to add the CSS reference from the chosen folder. Let me drag the CSS file here. Now we want to add the script file reference here. Open the script file, then drag chosen.jquery.min.js here. That's it. So here we have the database for this application, chosen DB. Inside that we have two tables, employee and selected employee. So this is the design for employee table. It contains two columns, employee ID and name. Employee ID is the primary key, and we have populated the table with 57 rows here. So we will be showing these 57 employees inside a dropdown. And then we have a table, selected employee. It contains two columns, ID and selected employee IDs. ID column is the primary key and identity column for this table. Currently this table is empty. We will save selected employees ID into this column here, so that I can demonstrate you how to save selected employee ID into table and how to show them back to dropdown. Now we want to add two entity models for these two tables. Back to Visual Studio, then right click on models, add new item, select data from the left panel, then select ADO.NET entity data model. I will name this model as DB models, then click on add, then select generate from database, click on next, click on new connection. Here we need to provide the SQL server and database details. For me it is local /SQLE 2012. Then I will select the database from this drop down chosen DB. Click on OK. After creating this entity model, there will be a class with this name chosen DB entities, and we want to create an object of this class in order to interact with database. So I want to edit this class name as DB model. Click on next. In this step, we have to select database objects that we want to include in the entity model. So I will select these two tables, employee and selected employee. Click on finish. Inside models folder, you can see the newly created entity model DB models. So here we have the DB models.tt. Inside that you can see the classes employee and selected employee. So we are going to use these classes as a model in this application. Now we want to add employee controller. For that, right click on controllers, then add controller. I will select MVC file controller empty, then click on add. I will name this controller as employee. Click on add. So here we have created employee controller. Inside that you can see the default index action. Instead of this index action, we need to have add or edit action method. Like this, we need one more action method, so I will copy this and pasting below that. For this action, we have a parameter id. By default, its value is 0. And second action method is of the type http post. Using these two action methods, we will do the insert and update operation for the selected drop-down item. First of all, I will create a normal drop-down using this action method add or edit. For that, I will use this model class selected employee. Inside that, we have to create a new property enumerable collection of employee. So this property is needed for creating the drop-down. I will name this property as employee collection, and I want to set the not mapped attribute here, not mapped, since this property is not there inside the table selected employee. Now we can create the view add or edit. For that, right click here, then add view, keep the view name as it is, add or edit, empty template, then we need a layout page, click on add. First of all, I will declare the model class for this view at model. So we are going to use this model class selected employee. So let me copy this namespace from here and pasting here dot selected employee. I want to change this h2 header as searchable and multi-select drop down in MVC. Now we need to create a form using statement, then HTML.begin-form. Normally inside this function we have to pass the post URL for the form. In this case, this action method is going to post a form into this post action method. Both of these two action methods has same name add or edit. So by default this form will be posted into this action method add or edit. We don't want to mention the post URL here. First of all, I will create a div element here with class form horizontal. Now I will add a hidden field here, HTML.hidden_for model, such that model.id. So here we have added hidden field for the ID column inside this table selected employee. Now we can add a div for drop down. Div class will be form group. First of all, I will add a label here, select employee. So first of all, I will add a normal drop down. Let me comment it here, normal drop down. I will comment it here, and we can do this at HTML.dropdownlistfor model such that model dot selected employee IDs. Now we need to pass the select list here. New select list. First of all, we will pass the model collection here, employee. Then we need to pass the value and text field for this drop down. So in this case, we will use this employee ID as the value and name as the text for this drop down. So I will type employee ID here, employee ID, then name as the text property. Finally, I want to set the ID for this drop down. ID is equal to normal drop down. Now this line of code right here will create a normal HTML drop down. Created drop down name will be selected employee IDs. Then we have passed a collection of options here. Option value will be ID, text will be name. Then I have set the ID as normal drop down. Now inside the add or edit action, we have to populate this employee collection. First of all, I have to create an object of selected employee inside the action here. Selected employee. For that, we have to use this namespace. emp is equal to new selected employee. Now we have to populate the employee collection using statement db model as db is equal to new db model. Now we can set the employee collection here. emp.employee collection is equal to db.employees.list. Now we have to pass this object into view. We have created the view here. Now we can run this application. Before that, let me edit the root config of this application. Expand abstract, then root config. I want to set the default controller as employee, then action as add or edit. Now to run this application, hold Ctrl then press F5. So by default, this application will invoke this add or edit action method inside employee controller. So this is how add or edit view looks like. Here we have a normal drop down. Now we want to customize this drop down using chosen plugin. For that, we have to write some script codes. So I will make use of this section inside the layout page scripts. So we can start like this. Add section scripts. Now we can add a script tag here, and I will call the ready function. For that, we can do this function. In order to activate chosen for this drop down, we can call the function chosen using the ID of drop down. So I will do this dot chosen. So this one is for normal drop down, saving and reloading this page. So here we activated chosen plugin for this drop down. So this is how to create searchable drop down in MVC. Using this search box, you can filter items from this drop down. Filter keyword will be highlighted in the search result. If you want to remove this search box from this drop down, you can add the property here. Disable underscore search is equal to true, saving and reloading this page. So here we removed search box from this drop down. Instead of removing the search box directly, you can specify the condition on number of items. If number of item is less, you can avoid the search box. For that, we can use this option disable search underscore threshold equals 5. So this search box won't be there if number of items in this drop down is less than 5. Next, we will save the selected drop down item ID into selected employee table. For that, we have to add a button, submit button inside this form. For that, we can do this. Input type will be submit, then value will be submit. So here we have the submit button. If user click on this submit button, it will post data into this action add or edit of the type HTTP post. For that, I'm going to add a parameter of the type selected employee here as emp. Inside this action method, we have to save the selected employee ID into selected employee table. For that, let me copy this using statement from here and pasting here. Then we can do this db.selectedEmployees.add emp. Finally, call the function db save changes. Finally, we will redirect back to this action http get add or edit. For that, we can do this redirect to action. Action name will be add or edit, and we have to pass the ID value here. ID is equal to 0. Build the solution and reload this page. Now let me select the second item. So ID will be 2. Click on submit. It should be saved into table. Let me check the table selected employee. Executing the select star statement. So here we have the new record for selected employee with ID 2. Next, we will show the selected employee ID back to this drop down. For that, we have to pass the URL like this add or edit / then ID from this table. For that, we have to edit this add or edit action method here. If ID not equal to 0, we can do this emp is equal to db.selectedEmployees.var x such that x.id is equal to given ID. Finally, we have to call the function first or default. Build the solution. Now we are going to show this record inside this form. For that, we have to pass the URL like this add or edit /1. Here you can see that employee with ID 2 is selected in this drop down. And in the same way, in this add or edit form, you can see that here we have a hidden field for ID. So in this hidden field, we have the ID 1. So if you want to update this record with ID 1, you can do that as well. For that, we have to edit this post action method add or edit. For that, we can add a if clause here. If emp.id is equal to 0, then we will do this. Otherwise, we will do the update operation. Then we can do this db.entry emp.state is equal to entity state. For that, we have to import this namespace system.data.entity.modify. Finally, we will call this function db.savechanges. Let me move this after the if clause. Build the solution. So I am going to change this selected employee to the first one, Fiona Green. Selecting, click on submit. So here it is updated. Let me check the DB here, executing this query again. So here you can see that selected employee ID is updated. Let me show you what happens during save or update operation. Let me navigate to this address add or edit /1. So if you inspect this drop down here, you can see that this select drop down has the name selected employee ID, Then we have the hidden field name as ID. So when we post this form into this action, add or edit, properties from this class will be binded with these properties with appropriate name using their HTML control name. So ID will be hidden field ID will be binded to the ID property, and this drop down selected value will be binded with this name property selected employee IDs inside this class right here, ID and selected employees ID. Okay, I hope you understood. Next we will do the multi-select drop down. First of all, I will show you how to display a normal multi-select drop down in MVC. Then we will convert that into chosen multi-select drop down. Let me comment this one and we will add a new drop down here, multi-select drop down, multi-select drop down. For that we can do this at HTML.ListBoxFor model such that model dot selected employee IDs. Then we have to pass a multi-select list. Inside there we will pass the employee collection, and we will set the employee ID as the value, employee ID, then name. Finally I will set the ID is equal to multi-select drop down, and we have to set the multiple attribute. Multiple is equal to multiple. For now I will comment this code for normal drop down here, saving and reloading this page. So here we have a multi-select drop down. You can select multiple items from this drop down by holding Ctrl, then selecting the items here. Now I am going to convert this multi-select drop down into chosen. For that I will use this ID here, multi-select drop down. Let me copy that and we will call the chosen function here, multi-select drop down. Call the function chosen. That's it. Let me save this and reload this page. So here we have a multi-select drop down. From this drop down you can select items like this. Since this is a multi-select drop down, I want to display this drop down in the entire width. So we can set the width property here. Width is equal to 100%. Saving and reloading this page. So here we have a multi-select drop down. You can select items from this drop down by scrolling inside the drop down, or you can just search the keyword here and select the item. You can unselect or remove selected item by clicking on this cross mark here. Now we want to post selected employee IDs into the server. For multi-select drop-down, posted IDs will be of the type array, string array. So we want to add an array inside this selected employee class. So I will do that here. Property string array selected ID array. And we will set the property here. So this multi-select drop down will have the name selected ID array, and it will bind the selected IDs into this array, string array. I want to set this property as not mapped, so I will copy this attribute from here and paste in here. Now I will put a breakpoint in post action method, and we will run this application in debug mode. Click on the start button here. Let me select few employees from this drop down, and we will post this form into the server. Click on submit. Now if you check this, you can see the array. Inside that we have two IDs 1 and 4 corresponding to these selected employees. Now we will save these IDs as a comma separated string inside this column selected employee IDs. Let me stop this execution here, and we will do this for multi-select dropdown. Multi-select dropdown emp dot selected employee IDs is equal to string dot join, and we will join them using the comma, and we will pass the array here, emp dot selected ID array. So inside this property selected employee IDs, we will have 1, 2, 3 like that. Let me run this application without debug mode. For that, hold Ctrl then press F5. Let me select few employees here and click on submit. Let me check the employee selected table, executing this query again. So here we have the record for last selection 2, 3, 4. Now we want to show this selected employee ID back to this 4. For that, we will use this get action method. Here we will do the reverse operation for multi-select dropdown. emp dot selected ID array is equal to emp dot selected employee IDs dot split. We will split them using the comma character, and we will convert them into an array. Let me build this solution again, and we want to show this record, so I will navigate to add or edit, then to ID for this last inserted record, hit enter. So here you can see the last selection. If you want to update them, you can do that as well. Here I will select few more employees here, then click on submit. Let me execute this query again. So here we updated the selection for selected employees. That's it. In this video, we have discussed how to create multi-select dropdown and searchable dropdown using chosen plugin. You can download this project source code and DB script from the link given below in video description. If you found this video helpful, please thumbs up this video, and for more hours of videos like this, please subscribe to this channel. Please like and share this video with your friends and colleagues so that they can benefit from this. Have a nice day. Bye.